I love the 4 pillars, and I think it's not just oil and gas. Like, you can see that in other industries as well, especially around digitalization. I think what would be really interesting, given the fact that you both have such a strong history within this industry as well, and the knowledge that you have, actually, you know, the evolution of those 4 pillars, like how have they moved on, you know, throughout the years, and have you seen that, you know, projects, I know you mentioned that people can sometimes isolate in one area and not contemplate other areas. Has there ever been examples where, you know, where maybe they've only implemented 3 of the pillars and, you know, it's had a positive or negative effect on that project?
I think the initial tendency from operators was to focus on technology. But I think pretty much from maybe 8-10 years ago, everybody started realizing that all the other factors were as important. But it's always, I think it's still up to today, it's still a temptation to only focus on the technology side of things and not on the organization, people, processes that need to go around it. It just depends, you know, on the maturity of each company on addressing their own digitalization programs. So, Cesar, what's your experience? I mean, you've been an operator.
Well, my experience is that, I mean, depending on companies, you know, there are companies that really focus on understanding, you know, what's the value of this digital transformation. The most recent experience I have, we try to give a lot of emphasis on these different pillars. In that sense, I think it was a great opportunity to try working in the different areas. But for example, I see a lot of advertisement in the internet, and also you know, in magazines that I read, and I have the feeling that there are a lot of people that have the tendency to visualize digitalization as a kind of IT project. You know, it's a new IT project. Okay, let's implement these new tools or this new software or this new tool. And really, I think this is a big mistake. Companies are selling digitalization or digital transformation just by implementing tools, okay, without taking into account transformation of processes, transformation of people, because people will have to be transformed as well in terms of skills, okay? You need to upskilling the people again, because now you are using new tools, new technologies, new type of sensors. They need to understand how they will use that and apply their knowledge, okay? So unless you understand it as a whole thing moving forward, okay, you will not take advantage of this new data you're receiving, okay?
That's really interesting, Cesar, because I think I was having a conversation with Murray the other day. So for anyone watching, Murray's our CEO of Eigen, and we were having a conversation about data. And one of the comments that he said to me as we were recording for our session was, you know, data is only ever as good as what you put in. So, you know, people say, okay, data needs to start at the beginning of that transformation process, because that's what drives decisions and actions. And then by the time it reaches the end, which is the people and actual business change element, when you're actually landing something. So, but it was really interesting because that he was kind of raising that point. So we all talk about, you know, we have tools that help us collate data from different areas and then enables us to give people a view. So we have an Ingenuity platform, for example, but it's only as good as what we put in. And that's why I was asking about the evolution, because there's still legacy stuff that exists that people have to essentially work with in order for that transformation to happen. So I just wanted to put that out there, really. And
yeah, I mean, I think, well, one just talking about the technological area alone, you obviously technologies that are working in the real world need to adapt to the fact that there is legacy information, legacy data. And we've encountered that here in the office. I mean, we've had to deal with importing of data from Excel sheets because it's just not in any other database, you know, and that's fine. So I think technology solutions need to be adapted to the reality of things. Not everything's going to be automated initially, and that you need to find ways to acquire that data and validate that data in a way that is makes sense for the whole workflow.